Hello everyone, welcome to Slide to Sai. Today's topic is the 8 steps of research process, explained in a way that's friendly and simple. Whether you're preparing for exams or just trying to actually understand research, this guide will walk you through each step with real life examples and crystal clear logic. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is research? At its core, research is a systematic and organized way of asking a question and finding a reliable answer. It's not just about gathering facts randomly, it's about following a clear process from the moment a question is born in your mind until you arrive at conclusions backed by data. Think of it like a journey. You start with curiosity, you narrow it into a problem, you explore what others have said, you make a smart guess, you collect evidence, you analyze it, and then finally you share what you have learned. This entire process is what we call the research process. And in this video, we are breaking it down into 8 simple logical steps, and I hope by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how research works step by step. Okay, imagine you want to study something, but if your question is too broad, you won't get anywhere. Like saying, does social media affect people is way too general. So you have to zoom in and make your problem specific. For example, you could ask, how does Instagram use affect body image among teenage girls aged 14 to 18? See, that's clear, focused, and measurable. Before jumping in, you also do a literature review, which means you check what other researchers have already found out. This way, you don't repeat old work and you find gaps you can fill. Once your problem is clear, it's time to make an educator guess about what you expect to find. That's your hypothesis. It's like a prediction based on what you already know. For example, teenage girls who spend more than 3 hours a day on Instagram will have higher levels of body dissatisfaction than those who spend less. You also have the null hypothesis, which says there's no relationship or effect. So the research will try to either support or reject the null and see if the alternative hypothesis holds true. Think of variables as the ingredients in your study. The independent variable is what you change or observe, like Instagram use. And the dependent variable is what you measure, like body image satisfaction. Then there are extraneous variables, things you didn't plan to study but might influence your results, like age, stress, or social support. You have to try to control these to keep your study clean. Also, don't forget to give an operational definition, which is just a fancy way of saying how exactly I measure something. So instead of just anxiety, you say anxiety measured by a questionnaire with scores from 0 to 63. This helps other researchers understand exactly what you did. Now you build a blueprint, a detailed plan for your study. It's like writing a recipe that tells you what to do step by step. Some common designs are experimental. Here you change something and see what happens, like testing meditation to reduce anxiety. Then there is correlational. You just observe how things relate without changing anything, like how sleep hours and stress relate. Then there is survey. You ask questions to a large group to get their opinions or experiences. The point is to pick a design that best answers your question while reducing errors or bias. Now comes the real action, collecting data. You need the right tools like questionnaires, interviews, or tests that are reliable/consistent and valid/accurate. Because you can't study everyone, you choose a sample, a smaller group that represents your bigger population. There are different ways to pick them, like random sampling, where everyone has an equal chance, or purposive sampling, where you choose specific people. Make sure your data collection is ethical and organized so your results are trustworthy. After you gather your data, you organize it using tables and charts. Then you use statistics to find out what the data really says. There are two main types of statistics here. One is descriptive statistics, which shows you averages, common scores, and spread, like the average anxiety score. Then there is inferential statistics, which help you decide if your results are meaningful or just by chance, like a t test showing if meditation really helped reduce anxiety. Interpretation means you explain what the numbers mean in your study context and compare with other studies. Now you think about what your results mean overall. Did your hypothesis turn out to be right? What can people learn from this? Maybe your study shows that better sleep helps memory, so schools could encourage healthier sleep habits. Also, be honest about any limitations, things that might have affected your study but you couldn't control, and suggest what future research could explore. Finally, you write everything down clearly so others can understand and use your work. Your report will include your introduction, literature review, hypothesis, methods, results, discussion, conclusion, and references. If it's really good, you might publish it in a journal or present at a conference, sharing your knowledge with the wider psychology community. So, to sum up, research is a step by step journey from a simple question to a full report that helps us understand people better. It's all about being clear, careful, and honest at every stage. Alright, so that brings us to the end of the session on the steps in the research process. I hope everything made more sense now, and remember, the more you revise and connect with real examples, the easier it gets. So, thank you so much for watching till the end. Wishing you all the best for your studies and exams. Stay curious, keep learning, and thank you.